November 25, 1942. Dear Margie. Half of the week is over, dear, and that makes it closer to my leave. It ain't coming too soon, although I must admit that I am interested in the work here. They really put it to us. Today we drew Tommy guns and pistols, we go on the range with them next week. Tomorrow we go on maneuvers with map and compass. I'm afraid there will be a few lost as some of the lads are completely bewildered. 3 other lads and I are vanguards to make sure everyone gets back to camp. It's to be a 12-mile hike, so we'll take a good part of the day. I just looked through an old paper and found this clipping. He was a heck of a nice kid and would have gone places. He and Jack were to have gone overseas together but were separated at Halifax. I suppose I will have to write Mrs. Lart. She certainly has taken it in the neck the past few years. Well, darling, I want to get a couple of hours study in tonight if I can before we take to gas lectures. Well, all my love, dear. Until tomorrow. As ever. Roger XXXX. No letter from you today, dear. There is something screwy at this end. Love, R. P.S. Number 2. Just noticed the address change for ration book. I think it's best to use up the book as fast as you can, but send in the paper just the same. November 26, 1942. Dear Margie. Well, dear, had a pleasant surprise today, 3 letters, 2 from you and 1 from home. However, you say you have written 4 letters, 1 must have gone astray, the second one I think it is. Incidentally, I asked for a couple of bucks in 1 letter, did you send it? I wondered if that was the reason 1 didn't come through. I don't trust a few in the old hut I was in. If you haven't sent it, it's okay. As I borrowed some and think it will do until Monday, I hope. We have our mapping exam tomorrow with a recap tonight, so we'll have to study as soon as I get this letter off. Incidentally, dear, there is a change in our leaves. We have to take Christmas instead of New Year's from the 21st to 29th of December. That will make quite a stay, won't it, dear? Oh boy. Well, darling, there isn't much to say, news I mean. The lieutenant is there ready to start the lecture, so we'll have to close if I want to get this out to post before class is called. So, all my love, darling, and until tomorrow. As ever. Roger XXXXX. November 27, 1942. Dear Margie. This is Saturday, dear, and I had 2 real breaks today. We went out on our maneuvers early this morning. I was stationed at a hub to give the different parties bearings on a compass. I was finished about 11 o'clock and started back for a farmhouse where I was to meet one of the NCOs. I was so cold from standing around I was told I could leave for camp. I arrived here in time for the mail. A letter from Hydro and a check. So, dear, I am able to give you your Christmas box after all, and enough left over for train fares at Christmas. So, darling, I want you to get your muff, and if there is enough left over, your ski boots or slacks, and don't forget to use it for those purposes, do you hear? I am going to buy me a Dun hat as well. This check was really a pleasant surprise. I was afraid I wouldn't be getting anything after all this time. Now I have a different feeling towards Christmas. Well, darling, this isn't much news. I have a pass to Pembroke and hope to see a show and take a few snaps. The bus leaves in a few minutes, so we'll have to go. So, all my love, dear, and don't cash this and get drunk, will you? Until tomorrow. As ever. Roger XXXX.